Peace, peace, Indra Ali, coming back at you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to answer another question I received from one of my email subscribers. Good morning. A topic that I have discussed with a few of my people is regarding the reasoning for all the planets. As you know, every zodiac has a ruling planet. Me being a Taurus, my planet is Venus. Do you believe our souls thrive originated from these specific planets? Peace. All right, so I'm gonna answer this question without making it too astrological. So if you're not familiar with astrology, you should be able to follow along with this video. So you're basically essentially asking me, do I believe that souls thrive or originated from these specific planets? The short answer is no. And there's a huge misnomer with astrology, in my opinion. You have people that are what I would consider armchair astrologers, meaning that they know that their sun sign is Taurus or that Taurus are stubborn or stuff like that. Just basic information you can find in a newspaper, for lack of better words or lack of better example, like the horoscope, just surface level astrology. Then there are people who are students of astrology that understand that there are 12 different houses, or not, there's 12 different houses, that there's all these different signs, that there's conjunction, there's aspects, and all these other derivatives dealing with the astrological chart. The astrology is a very deep science, but like I said, most people are just surface level astrologers. So do our souls thrive, or do our souls originated from these planets? In my opinion, absolutely not. What the ancients did, they observed the planetary motions. So when the sun was in this specific location, they observed what the nature was on the planet, as above, so below. So the sun is in a Capricorn, and they noticed that the crops were acting like this. People born under that specific arrangement acted like this. But they also observed the other heavenly bodies, not just the sun. When you look at the moon, for example, there's a word called lunatic. In the first part of the word is luna, meaning that it has an association with the moon. Long story short, and to keep this dumb simple, if you ask any teacher or anybody that deals with the jail system or school or hospitals, is another good example, ask anyone in those industries if during the full moon, if there is more heavy activity of mayhem going on. Ask somebody that works in the ER during the full moon, do they have more people coming into the emergency room? Ask a teacher during the full moon if their students are a little bit more disruptive. That's letting you know for sure that the lunar or the moon is having a direct effect on us. So if the moon is having an effect on us, the sun must be having an effect on us based off the law of correspondence. The Mercury must have an effect on us. Jupiter, Mars, all these different planets have an effect on us. But each planet has its specific specialty. So if the moon specialty is emotions, then that's what it's going to deal with. If Mars specialty is energy, then that's what it's going to deal with. If Venus specialty is love and balance and harmony, then that's what it's going to deal with. And depending on where those planets are in your chart, you're going to be your default mechanism, your default system, or the default way that you act is going to be somewhat predictable. Now, if you've worked on yourself, you've been on your path, you've grown and evolved, then you're going to grow above where your planets are telling you that where you should be. So hopefully that makes sense. So long story short, the planets directly having an influence on us is a better way of putting it, in my opinion. And depending on where your planets are, you may act a certain way. But if you've worked on yourself, if you've grown and evolved, then you're not going to be like a sun Taurus or moon and Capricorn type of person. You've grown and evolved, so you're going to be the highest aspects of those, and it's going to be all encompassing. And that's another thing. We embody every planet, we embody every sign, we embody every house. But depending on what you're doing, you're going to be triggered to act a certain way. Say, for instance, you're a very aggressive person, naturally aggressive person. You're not going to be aggressive in every different situation. You may be aggressive in relationships, getting a job, getting money, getting females, or getting dudes or something like that. But you may not be aggressive when it pertains to your spirituality. You may not be aggressive when it deals with standing up for yourself. So we're all going to have our default things that we're so-called efficient in. But if you work on yourself, if you've really been on your path, then you're going to evolve beyond what your planets are telling you that you should be.